Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for episode number 12 of the Only PAX series. As always, we're going to start off by addressing the comments from the last video, and some of you may have already noticed that there's been a change here down at Gorliston. I've completely redesigned this station from one of the comments left by Reese on the last video, and Reese advised me to get the GWR station mod. He said it's a really good British station and it's much better than the original, and I don't know about you guys, but I completely agree with him. If you look at the way that this station's set up now, with all the different little bits of detail on the platform, I've added these walls in at the side myself outside, the benches here, some nice little fire buckets on the wall with some trash cans about, and I just think it's made it look a lot cleaner and a lot nicer all in all. I don't know what you guys think, but let me know. What I've also done is every single station along this main line, the western main line, as I've been through and changed them all, so they're all the same design and all the same mod. As you can see, we're starting to get a lot of passengers built up heading down to Gorliston. I have noticed as I've gone around, guys, that a lot of the buses are really outdated now. We need to start having a look at that. But as you can see, every single station along this main line has now been changed. I've also redesigned the one down at Haslingden here a little bit, just to make it look a bit more substantial, and the fact that it looked like it's been there for a while type of thing. And then the next comment that I wanted to address was from Bishwarup. And Bishwarup says, hey, there's a different kind of curved station available in the workshop that lets you add any track or elements even after placing a station down. It's called Ultimate Station. So of course, I got that one as well. So here you go, Bishwarup. I've downloaded the Ultimate Station mod, and this one I had a lot of fun with, because you can put these railings all the way along the outside. You can add a load of seating and clocks. It's got the station name all along the platform. We've put the little underpasses in. We've obviously gone with catenary this way now. Unfortunately, the one thing I did come up against in this one is, once you've placed the station, you can put catenary on the track when you're placing the station. But after it's placed, if you delete the track inside and try and replace the track, there's no option to add catenary track inside that menu. So I was unable to get how I would usually like it, is to have the two centre lines in the middle like this and then one track either side. Similarly to what we've done up at Shepton here. You know, this kind of layout, so we've got two central tracks and then one's around the outside. That's what I sort of wanted. These two would be the central and one each side. This is probably a bit of a bad example because of the Brighton Bell coming in, but you guys know what I mean. That's what I was looking for, and unfortunately it stops us from doing that, but it does allow us to have the four tracks. And now we can just have our express lines going on the outside when they come, and it shouldn't be an issue at all. But this station looks really good. There's a lot of configurations available. The other thing I did notice with it is when you're putting down these individual little items, it does cause quite a bit of lag. But then as soon as that's saved and you come back out of it, it's back to normal and everything runs smoothly again. So thanks a lot for that one, Bishop. That one's in. And then the next comment is from West Yorkshire Bus and Trains, and he said you should really get the realistic braking mod. It's super great, and trains don't just floor the brakes at the station. Now, here we go, just in time. We've got a train heading towards the station. Now I have actually put this mod in, and you guys will see that he's actually 100% correct with this one. If you've ever noticed that the trains in Transport Fever steam along the track and then just stop almost instantly, you'll see that is the thing that usually happens, but with this mod, they sort of gradually slow down. You can see the speed now slowly coming down as they come into the station. And it just adds for that little bit of extra realism, if you like. But it's slowly slowing down. It will affect the rates of the line, obviously, but we're at a point where we're pretty much printing money now. I did have a little bit of a drop in the cash while I was editing all of the stations. It messed with the platforms that the trains were assigned to, so that causes a little bit of an issue. And now the fourth and final comment, guys, is from Grasshopper Studios, and he says, I love this series, man. If you're looking for some good passenger mods, have a look at the Kiwi Rail AK class carriages. They're really cost effective, they have great running costs and high capacity for their size, making them a great option for an intercity and commuter option. Now, Grasshopper, I have downloaded the mod, and I installed it, and it is actually installed on this save. But unfortunately, it doesn't become available until, I think it's 2011, might be 2008. One of the mods I've installed was 2008 and one's 2011. So we will get around to using that one, but it's going to be a few years yet. You can see I've got the date paused, and I'll actually pop that back on. I let it run on a little bit while I was building these stations, but I didn't want it to go too far. But that's all of the comments addressed for today, guys. Now, I'm going to put these station indicators back on and the vehicle indicator so we can see what's going on. And you'll see one of the issues that we're having at the minute is a build-up of passengers everywhere. Now, this ferry link, you can see, has got 224 passengers, and we're only going to take 85 away. Down at the other end here, what we're looking at, there's only 11 passengers there, and at Gorleston's just picked up, so I don't think we need to worry about that one just yet. Now, the other one that we do need to worry about is I went round and I added an extra tram onto the tram line that we put in the last episode, just because we were really struggling with demand. And you can see here, heading towards King Road, which is this one here. So heading back towards the train station, there's another 78 passengers waiting. And the trams that are coming in here, as you can see, have already got 11. So I'll stick another one on there now, just to keep things moving. But we have got now 185 passengers waiting at the station here at Gillingham. And we only have, if you remember from the last episode, we only have this one train, the Brighton Bell, on here. But what we can do, as mentioned in one of the comments previously, is we can edit this. And there is a passenger wagon on here that is the very same, this British Pullman carriage. So if we get one of these that's third class, what I want to do is add this to the end. It'll increase the capacity to 38, puts the speed to mediocre. But I'm going to add that on. It only puts the capacity up to 38, as you can see there. But we'll see whether this can get up to its top speed. So just to double check what the top speed is here, it's 75 miles per hour. So let's see if this does make it up to 75. Something tells me that it might not do. Wow, look at that thing. Grossraumstadel bus. That looks like a quite a high capacity bus. It does look like this Brighton Bell's struggling now though, doesn't it? We're only at 48 miles per hour here. I think downhill's going to be fun. We might have to address this, maybe even change this up. Maybe it wasn't a good idea. We'll let it run for now and see with that extra carriage whether it does start catching on to the demand and fulfilling it, because down here you see we've got 113 now, so we do want to move more passengers. And what I did want to get into in this episode, and what we are going to do, is connect the tram line that we talked about in the last episode. I want to get Howden connected into Gillingham with a tram into near the station here, and that's going to be the way for these three towns to get onto the main line. I did and ah about whether to just put a point-to-point system in from Howden down to Dunwich or maybe Rochdale, but we only have so far. We have a tram line down here going from Saltash across to Shirebrook, I believe it is. No, so it's just from Saltash to the airport here. But then also we've got the one from Bradford upon Avon to Gillingham, so I think it'd be nice to have another one from Howden here, and to have a lot of intercity trams on this side of the map, because everything's connected by rail the other side. So that's what we're going to have a look at today. And I'm excited about the type of tram we're going to be able to use in this one as well. What I'm going to do first is go through and upgrade these to electric tram tracks. We've already come this way. I think we're going to be pulling away probably from this road here and going down the outskirts of the mountain here. So if we upgrade, we're already in the road to here. If we upgrade that one, and then from here, I'm going to pull out towards the outskirts there. And then I'm going to keep on, and I'm just going to help the city out and connect this one in. And then now we're going to go along here again. I'm going to head down the hill. Or actually now what we'll do is we'll go for this country road. We want to make sure we've got electric. And we want to head down this hill. Still unsure as to whether it's me doing something wrong, where sometimes when you try and peel off with a curved road like this, it will just come off at a really strange angle. I want to try and avoid too much terrain manipulation if possible, and I think we come down here. Looks like in the town here we've got residential over this side. That looks to be commercial, so I think we're going to connect in at the back end here. It gives us a nice tunnel through that bit of hill, and I actually quite like that. We'll go for the more modern style, just to future-proof us a little bit, and then I think we'll come round, and that's actually connected onto there really nicely. Now we need to go back to Medium Street so we don't ruin the town. And I think we come down the main street here. Or do we? Do we go around the outskirts of Howden? I think that's probably the play, isn't it? We go all the way around the outskirts of Howden. And then back out here. We've covered that off. It looks like we have. So we'll just take the tram track off the middle there. Now what I do want to do here is we'll put that back to normal play mode. You can see we're unlocking quite a bit here. We just unlocked the Junkers W34 Army. More electric trains coming through now by the look of it as well. But what I want to do is look for a bus stop. And we just unlocked a new tram, which might come in handy actually. I want more of a bus depot here. We're in Era B, so I think we'll stick with Era B. We'll go for a platform each side. We'll stick with concrete. We want the stopping point at the centre. We do want electric tram. We'll go for the longer platforms, and we do want an entrance. Now we've got to find the perfect place for this one. Now we're covering the outside of town, so I think we'll put one over at this side. I think we'll go both sides of town with this. That covers all the way up to that main central street, if you can see. We'll put one there, and then I think we do stick one at this end. We're going to have to pick carefully here which building we want to remove. If we can just take out one building, that would be great. If we could get this one, this big building here, it would be ideal. I'll take out that one there, and we get this connected in nice and straight. We can't. We're going to have to take the two, so we can get on the end of that junction. But I think that does look a lot better having it on the junction than having it off at an angle. Try and straighten it. There we go. That now picks up all of that. I think the only thing we were missing was at the bottom here. We're just missing those couple of buildings. So if we get a normal bus stop for down there. And I think we'll go, what are we in, 1938? And we'll go for a nice wooden one. I think we'll stop on the way through there. And I think initially this is just going to be a one-way tram. I don't think we need it to be both ways, do we? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But then I think we'll stop again just on the way out of town there. But this is going to come all the way up. Where are we going to want to stop here? We've already got a stop from the other line in town. So all we're going to need is I think we're going to have to add a second terminal here. If we can. Terminal 2, electric tram. There we go. So that should enable us now to create a whole new line. If I click the right button, we want to go from here. Oh, and that's just got rid of that. New line. I keep trying to use the tip from Stephen Spry, where once you're on the line coordinator here, if you can press double one, it will get rid of this white contour, but for some reason it doesn't work for me. I need to have a look at my keybinds. We want to come down from the train station there, and on the way down we want to stop in the industry first, then at the bus stop, near the residential, and then on the way out of town. That's going to bring us all the way up. And we want to rename that line, so this is going to be, it's going to be Tram. It's going to be Howden to Gillingham. Okay, now, hopefully we can get the trams from the same depot. It looks like we can. Now we can have a look. Let's get rid of that contour. There we go. Oh, it comes back on with the vehicle manager. Now we can have a look at what we're going to use. And I can see already, I already know what I'm going to use. It's got to be the English electric balloon, hasn't it? 43 miles per hour. Incredible looking tram. It remind me, if any of you have seen my Only Tram series, you'll know. You must have known this was coming as soon as they were available in that menu. These remind me massively of my childhood going to a town called Blackpool in England. They used to run up and down the front there. They're an incredible looking tram, and as I say, 43 miles per hour. Lightning fast compared to anything else we've got this time. They do cut through, the electric cable does cut through the middle here, but I forgive it. It even says Blackpool on the front. But these things are incredible. Love it how they've got the double set of bogie wheels underneath. Central doors that I believe open once they're up and running. But that's now going to bring even more passengers up for this Brighton Bal. So how are we getting on here? The passenger numbers 229. So these passenger numbers are still rising. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to start and have a look at doing something different here. If we were to have a look at what other multiple units we've got available. We've got the Silver Jubilee now, actually, 112 miles per hour, but I don't think it justifies a train of that length. I mean, if we look at how much that vehicle would cost, 1.3 million a year, the LNER A4, that could be a replacement for the Flying Scotsman at some point, I think. I think that would be a good one. But for this route here, we need an electrical, well, not electrical, but we need a multiple unit, don't we? We need something with a fair bit of power, I think. If we look at the Brighton Bell, what power has that got? 671 and 150 tractive effort. 671 and 150. See, the tractive effort's just not good on these steam ones for going up and down the hill. The other option is we double track it and we have a lot of these line red arrows. I'm not opposed to that because I think, actually, have we got catenaries all the way? I think we have. I think that's got to be the winner, hasn't it? For now, I mean, I think that's the way forward. So if we pull this guy around, just make sure that's missing the bridge support there, which it is. Just hit auto save again. If I can drag this around and all the way up, it'd be helpful. If it's going to let me carry it on, we've got some kind of collision. There we go, now it's behaving itself. Sometimes if you just pull it back a little bit, it tends to help you out a fair bit. We'll pull this all the way to here, and then we want to keep the speed up. Mind you, we'll be coming out of this way, so the speed's not so important, I suppose. In terms of signals here, what have we got? We might as well upgrade this to the new kind. I think that makes a lot of sense. We're going to have a lot of these running, so we need signals quite often. Actually, I'll go for auto sig here, and I think we'll go for 300 meters. Put those all the way down, and then if we turn around at the bottom and put that the other way, you should just put those all the way up to match. We've got one. That one will do for before the signal there, I think. What I do need to do, though, is now replace this with one of those red arrows. That didn't look like... Ah, no, because I went to edit mode. That's it. And now I've cloned them, which I definitely didn't want. We want to replace them. There we go. And then I'm going to clone them again because we have 100 people. And maybe even one more. This could be overkill here, guys, actually, but we put 5 on. Hopefully, they can load pretty quickly and keep people moving. That's 20 people up. How quickly can he get out? We just need to keep a look at this, and we can actually use that timetable mod that we found in the last one. So the frequency says 82 seconds. That might be a problem. If we go to here and we go on the lines, and this line, we need to get rid of line 1 because it isn't anything at the minute. So we need to go to DP Shepton Gillingham, which is this one here. And then we want to go at Gillingham. The unbunched time we need to set to 82 seconds. Now we need to do the same over here at Shepton. And I'm hoping it means that's done it, but it hasn't. It's changed it already. Is that because I haven't pressed enter, maybe? No, it just automatically sets it to 59. Okay, that might be because we have too many vehicles on the track. But we'll see what happens with that, because as far as I'm aware, that should make it work. We've got it. We've got the button ticked here. We've tried to set the unbunched time, but it won't let me change that to anything other than 59 seconds. Once all of those vehicles get here, which they're still on the way, I think. Here we go. This guy should now clear the points and get into this station. Oh, I might wait for him to move, actually. There we go, he's now coming down. So I think this one's probably going to stop here now. What we could do, stick a signal just here. That might allow this guy through, because this one will be able to stop here now. Yes, there we go. That keeps the frequency up. So down here now, should be taking a few people. Get rid of another 20. They're not as fast loading for just having 20 people on as I thought they might be. But you can see this one's just going into the station now as the next one's coming. We may have to get rid of one on this line. But again, that's something we can just sort of keep having a look at and checking on. I do want to update some of these buses. So if we've got any of the bus stops that look like they're really struggling. What have we got down here? That's the train line that's struggling down there. I think that's always going to. RP Gorleston. Yeah, see, I think this was one of the first bus routes we put in, wasn't it? So we've got 3 vehicles, and these carry 9. So if we could replace those guys now, what do we have now? They only carry 9, so we could go up to 14 with these Renault TN6s. That was the Grosh line, they carry 28. Rocheron Saddle Bus. Rosram Saddle Bus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but or these ones. I like these. 47 miles per hour and carry 12. I think that's a fair upgrade. So I think if we do the clockwise route with the blue ones, then if we go for the counterclockwise and we replace all of those with those, what colour would you call that? Is that a beigey, mustardy, yellowy beigey? But that's some new vehicles in for us, and they actually look pretty nice, don't they? I like the double axle wheels at the back. They've got the destination on the front. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's got the double doors at the back and single door at the front. That's pretty cool. How's the blue one look? Yeah, the blue one looks just as good, I suppose. It doesn't look too much different, as you'd imagine, but we are starting to get a hell of a lot of passengers waiting this side as well. Maybe we make that update to the Silver Bullet now. These two arriving at the same time. We've got the Warty Hog pulling in. I do like the look of that. It is only carrying 26 out of 60 passengers though. That's probably not ideal, is it? Have a look. How's this bus route doing? This one's handling it quite well, I think. We're okay down here. Leatherhead's looking okay. We've got a lot of people looking to come the other way from Leatherhead, actually. So Gorleston we've now fixed. Strood looks like it's on top of things. We might have an issue here, a counterclockwise tram route. So we could probably upgrade these guys now. How many are these carrying? 11. 11 people at 17 miles per hour. So maybe we go for the C22, C2/2s. 25 miles an hour, 21. Yeah, and I think if we're doing that, realistically we've got to do the same on the other one, haven't we? Keep them the same in each town, I think. Up here in Colne, it looks like we've got an issue with the buses. Just the clockwise route, but we do only have 2 buses on here. We're currently carrying on these guys 9, so I think if we modestly upgrade these, that's only got a capacity of 4. We've got 10 there. We've got 8. 10 and 8 don't really cut it, do they? We could go for the same buses there. Or we could go for one of these autos. I think we go for these. Renault TN60s. They'll give us a look at a different kind of vehicle as well. Wow, that roof's very bright. Looks like it's got 21st century Xeon headlights as well, but it's got the next stop written on it. Look, it says North Street at the front. Customer 581 on. You see the little indicator stick out the side there? That was pretty cool. And it's got all of the different bus stops down the side. Queensway, Colne Central, Richmond Road, North Street. That's really cool. It looks like it's got the ticket inspector on the back. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. What we're looking at here, we are struggling with this train here, I think. We've got 48 people, but it's struggling up that hill. We need to start unlocking some new electric trains, I think. I don't know if we've got anything recently that'll do a job for us. That's only 56, but it's got a lot more power. Maybe worth looking into. I think as of yet, we leave that one as is. The airfields are looking really busy. 219 people waiting up at Colne. And how many are waiting down here? 213. Okay. What do we have available? We can carry 10 with the Douglas DC-3. I think we're carrying 10s and 13s now, aren't we? We got anything with a bit more capacity at all? It doesn't look like. So for now, it looks like we're a little bit stuck. Because I don't think we have the scope. Or actually, do we? I don't know if we have a lot of scope to be putting on extra aeroplanes at the minute. Maybe we can look at these vehicles and we get another one of these. Can carry 13. But then we're going to have to look at the frequency of the route again. The frequency now has gone to 4 minutes. So we're going to have to look at the timetable mod again. Go for aircraft. I think over here at Colne. What did I just say that frequency is going to be? My memory today is falling apart, so that's going to be 4 minutes now. So we need to change this to 4. And the same up at the other end. And that should hopefully still keep us spread out enough to keep that working. Yeah, these trains down here really aren't taking enough passengers. You know what, guys? This does seem to be an episode of improvements. So I'm going to have a look and see whether we can afford to do this. We go for the Silver Jubilee. Now, obviously, there would only normally be one Silver Jubilee train. But that capacity is only 24. We're currently carrying 90. These carry 48. If we go for the long train, is that only going to carry 48 passengers? It is. Maybe that's not the right view. Or if we go for 120, mediocre speed, but it does go up to 120. Let's have a look. Silver Jubilee Special. You know what? It's got London North Eastern on the side. Oh, there we go. It looks like it's a 4-6-8 configuration. Would I be correct in saying that? It's got 4 small wheels, 6 in the middle, and then it looks like it's got 8 at the back there. But that does look pretty cool, doesn't it? We've got 2 of these. It looks very similar to a Mallard, actually. This one. Let's just have a look. Where's the depot? Just coming past the depot, actually. It does look very similar to me to Class A4 there. It's a 462, because it's just the 2 under the driver there. Those ones in the fire, not the fire where they keep the coal, they don't count, do they? Of course, I should have known that. There we go. That's another upgrade on the track. And it looks like he's changing track, and I'm not sure why he's doing that. Something's gone very wrong here. So let's have a look at this line. We manage this line after Seaham at number 2. Seaham at line 2, we should be coming into Shepton Mallet. Shepton Mallet, we want platform 4, but it says it can't connect to platform 4. Why would that be? Oh, it can, but then it can't get to Rochdale platform 2. Okay, so the platform at Rochdale must be wrong then. It is. We want platform 3 at Rochdale. Then we want to go up to Dunwich, which is fine, and then on the way back from Dunwich, at Rochdale here, after Dunwich, we want platform 2. And it looks like it's swapped that over again, so is that Dunwich platform correct? It shouldn't matter which one comes in at Dunwich, actually. So why is it giving us problems here? So from Rochdale here, we're saying platform number 2, which is correct. And the other way in through Rochdale's platform 3, that's correct. Okay, but then Shepton Mallet on the way back, we then want platform number 5. And then we go down to Seaham for number 8. And I believe it's already got the correct platform there as number 2. It has. Has that just fixed everything for us? It hasn't. It's still branching over here for some unknown reason. Ah, it's because we're going on the wrong side of the track. We've turned everything around. I've just realised what I've done. So we should be coming out of Burton. We should be going left here. Right, let me fix this. I'm going to pause it. And from Burton, we want to stay on the left-hand side, don't we? So this first stop at Seaham, we want to be onto platform number 2. Then we want to go all the way up the left, stopping at Shepton. And we want, at Shepton, we want platform number 5. Then we want to go to Rochdale. And at Rochdale, we want platform 2. And we can go all the way up to Dunwich, and it doesn't really matter up at Dunwich because there's only one platform being used. And then on the way back down, then in Rochdale, we now want platform 3. Then we want to come back into Shepton again, but this time on platform number 4. I think that may have just... Oh, no, not yet. Wishful thinking. I thought it may have just ticked things forward. But then platform 3, and then Burton again won't matter. Perfect, because it's the terminal station. So now we've just got to hope that these guys don't meet each other on track. He's going up the left-hand side, train 4, that's fine. This guy's going down the wrong side. But as long as he goes to Burton next, which he is, he'll reset himself there, so they won't cross. So there we go, that's that one fixed. Hopefully that's going to give a lot more capacity and a lot more throughput here. When I do have enough money, I'm probably going to add another train here. But I'll tell you what, shall we do it now? We'll take out a bit of a loan. I don't know how much this is going to be, but it's going to cost me a bit of money, I think. Yep, still not enough with 15 million. But this will make us a decent amount. As you can see, they're carrying 120 passengers constantly. There we go. And then we'll pay back that loan. And again, if you hold shift while you repay, it does it in millions instead of half a millions. But I think that's going to look pretty good. We're going to get all that sorted. And that is, guys, where we're going to leave it for this episode. I'm going to keep an eye on those lines we've put in, especially those arrows heading up. We've got, if you think about it now, we've got this improvement here. We've added in the sort of the red arrows, I think they call them in the mission. These little CLE arrows are coming all the way up to here. The passenger numbers are slowly coming down by the look of it. But we've also added in another town here, don't forget. He's struggling at 15 miles per hour up this hill, though. That could be an issue. We might have to snake this road a little bit more up this hill just to keep it moving. I think I'll have a look at that in between episodes and maybe make that a little bit more of a gradual incline to keep that speed up. But as always, guys, we'll leave it here, and thank you for joining me. As always, drop me your comments down below what you think about this one. If you've got any ideas for improvements, I'm always happy to hear them. Thanks as always for your support. As you're all well aware, we're well over the 1,000 subscriber mark now. We've got to that main goal that we had as a channel, and a massive achievement, so thank you all for your support. But I will catch you all in the next video.